Welcome back. In this lecture, you are going to be learning about audience targeting. Now, remember, the primary function of the ad set is who are you looking to target? Now, previously, we've set up that we're targeting people who are interested in purchases on our website. Okay. And we've optimized everything. So a conversion means a purchase. We've optimized the ad delivery for purchase. And that means that right now we're targeting between 1 to 1.2 million people. But that is because there are some default settings in here already. And it's currently targeting a Cyprus. Basically, what Facebook ads is asking is, who do you want us to target with this ad? Now, back in the days when we did audience targeting, we used to dive really deep. We'd have market research data. We'd put a specific location. It might be a specific state in the US. We'd put an age that might be between 23 and 44 years old and only women or only men. And then we'd go down to detail targeting and only target people who are interested in romance or fidget spinners or interested in something specific. So that was very detailed, and that meant that you created a lot of different ad sets with a lot of different targeting that took a lot of hours. So basically, back in the day, your audience targeting was to make it or break it when it came to your ads. But today, it's very different. Today, we use something called a broad targeting. The reason we're using a broad targeting rather than a specific targeting is that within a broad targeting, we're going to target millions and millions and millions of people, and we're going to tell the Facebook ads algorithm that this is our product, these are the people we're looking for, go fetch. And the benefit with that is that once again, I keep repeating this, the Facebook algorithm has trillions of data points on billions of people. Our knowledge and the limited data we have that we can set up in our targeting is always going to be limited in comparison to the billions of dollars that Facebook has spent on their research, on the trillions of data points that they have. They have so much data, it's ridiculous, and they allow us to leverage that data if we set it up broadly and openly and say, okay, algorithm, go do your magic. But if we target specifically, we're gonna limit the algorithm, and that just is gonna limit your results. You had to do it a couple of years ago, back in the days. We've updated this course for many years. That's how we used to teach Facebook ads. But today, that is gonna limit your results and it's gonna waste so much time. So let's go through all of these different options and I'll teach you what they are and what's recommended today. Now, the first thing is that the audience is who are you looking to target? You can create a new audience or use the saved audience. We're not gonna play with this. We don't have an existing audience. Later on in the course, I'm gonna show you how you can create different audiences and use them. But once again, those are old strategies. But I still want you to know where they are and how they function. So should they become available in the future, you can access them. But for now, we don't have them. We're gonna go through them later. You can also exclude audiences. I'm gonna show you how to do that as well. Now, the first thing we wanna target in on is the location. Currently for me, it says Cyprus because that's where I spend most of my time, but that's not where I wanna target my ads. Now, since I'm selling a digital product, the location isn't very important. So I'm going to be targeting the most consumer-friendly English-speaking countries, and we call them the Great Six. And those are the 6 English-speaking countries like the US, the UK, Canada, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand. So those are the ones that we're going to be targeting. So I'm going to move over to the right, click on Edit here, and then I'm going to remove this, and then I'm going to leave this on people living or recently in this location. That doesn't matter. That really won't change the outcome much. And then I'm going to click on Search for Location and write in United States. I'm gonna target all of the United States, and then United Kingdom, target all of the United Kingdom, Canada, Ireland, Australia. You'd be surprised how big Australia is. And finally, New Zealand. There we go. So now rather than 1 million to 1.2 million people, I have up towards 310 to 365 million people. So I'm going to reveal what the benefit is of that in just a second. But for now, if you're selling a digital product like I am, then targeting very broadly in these English-speaking countries is a great idea. If you're selling a physical product, of course, the rules are going to be different. If you have a warehouse and short shipping times in the US, for example, you might only want to be targeting the US. Or if you're in Canada, if you're in Norway or in Europe or in Asia, wherever you are, you want to target where you're actually delivering the product to your customers. But with a digital product, the rules change a little bit. Now, scrolling down, we also have the age. Now, again, age used to be a huge thing. You used to need to do your market research and really nail down which age do we want to target. Facebook is too smart for this today. Now, if most of your customers are going to be around 35 years old, they're going to optimize for it. So I recommend don't touch this age span. I know some people want to put it up from 18 to 21. You can do that, but in my experience, if the 18, 19, 20 years old aren't going to purchase, Facebook aren't going to optimize for them anyway, so I'm going to leave them on. Similar gender, I always leave it on all gender, even when there are gender-specific products. Why? Because even if you're selling men's trousers, there's still going to be girlfriends, partners out there in heterosexual couples. There are going to be wanting to buy it for their boyfriends, and Facebook knows this, and they know who those people are, and they're going to be targeting those people. So there's no reason for us to limit the algorithm whatsoever. So I'm gonna leave this on all genders. Now, this is where the magic used to happen in detailed targeting. In detailed targeting, you can target down in something like, for example, romance. And we can target people who have an interest in romantic films, romantic novels, in languages. We could target digital marketing, since that's very apt for our product. And then we could target people who have an interest in digital marketing. And the way this works is that you have different interests and pages that you can like on Facebook, and if it's connected to digital marketing, then we're going to target people who like those pages and who have shown an interest in digital marketing, and those are going to have the ad shown to them. Of course, there are difficulties with this. It gets more problematic. For example, if you're selling dog candy or dog food, then just targeting people who loves dogs is problematic, because a lot of people loves dogs, but they don't actually own a dog. So it gets a little bit more complicated. Now, the problem with this is that back in the day, I would do something like digital marketing, and as you can see, we have lost about 1/10 of the size now. It's just 33 million. I do something like this, and then that would be very specific, only targeting these people. But as you can see, if you look down, it says we may deliver ads beyond your audience for your selected objective if it's likely to improve performance. This used to be optional, so you used to always click this off in order to make sure that this is a specific targeting. That's not possible today. Facebook knows from their data that if Facebook gets free hands, they are gonna do a better performance and give you better results than if you target very specifically yourself. So this isn't even an option today. So even if I target for digital marketing, if they see an opportunity, they're still gonna expand beyond digital marketing. So today, there's no such thing as very specific audience targeting. It's gone. The next problem is that I might create an ad set in digital marketing. It might be really, really, really great and do well. And then Facebook removes digital marketing as an interest, and then that ad is going to be dead. This happens to advertisers all the time. They find an interest that makes them a lot of money, and then Facebook removes that interest and they lose all of their profits. So don't limit yourself in the detailed targeting on any interest. Facebook is removing interest all the time because interests are dying away. Facebook knows that if they let their algorithm loose without any interest that they can find through their own data points without limits, they are going to have much better results than if we limit the algorithm with our own targeting. So what we're going to do is that we're not going to use any targeting at all. Now, I just want to show you how this works, though. You can add in suggestions in here from what I just chosen. So we're going to use social media because I add in digital marketing. We can also browse in demographics, interests, and behaviors. And again, these used to be so much bigger with so many more detailed interests, but they're removing them one by one. I think that in the future, there won't even be a section called detailed targeting because they're just picking it away, and then you can just let the algorithm loose. I'm not going to do anything like this. I'm also not going to define further, but define further just to teach you what it is means that if I would write something in like, let's say, engaged shopper, like this, that means that you need to have someone interested in digital marketing and who is an engaged shopper in order to match. And now we're narrowed down to 16 to 19 million, almost 20 million. But that means that it needs to target both of these. But if I didn't use define further, if I just added in another one, let's say I went to suggestion and I added social media, that's going to make our audience bigger because now it's going to be digital marketing or an interest in social media marketing. But again, this is going to limit the algorithm. We're not going to use any of this. So by not adding in any of this, we're going to have a huge audience of 310 and 365 million people. That means that your scalability is huge. Back in the days when we only targeted 1 million people, we'd have an ad that became profitable. We'd have it start at $10, we'd scale it to $30, and we would make more money. And then it would die at, say, $50 a day because the audience size is so small, you're not able to scale it. Then I'd go in here, I'd decide on a new detailed targeting, I'd hour after hour after hour creating more ad sets with more targeting. you're gonna save over 80% of your time by using a broad targeting. And you're also gonna allow profitable ads to scale much higher because you won't have a small audience of 1 million like this that you're gonna saturate. You're gonna have up towards 400 million people in this targeting that you can scale to thousands and maybe tens of thousands of dollars a day. This is where you truly move the needle in your business and start becoming profitable for real. So all in all, there's a lot of options when it comes to audience targeting, this section, but what truly drives the needle and gives you results in your advertising are going to be having a winning offer. That is, you're actually selling a product that people truly want. That is essential. And number two, having attractive ads. And that attractive ads, is going to be the ad design. And we're going to put a lot of effort and love and time in this section. I'm going to show you 10 different strategies that you can adapt to yourself and that you can really play around with, and how to test different things and start getting those results. But those are the two things that truly matter: a winning offer and having attractive, effective ads. So targeting broad, and with broad, you save a ton of time, you free up the algorithm to use a lot more data than you will ever have, and you're gonna have a massive scalability. So all of the benefits. So scrolling down, languages, very same thing here. They know which ones they're gonna like your ads. You can limit to English. There is no need to whatsoever. And scrolling down, it says show more options, but it's actually currently not showing anything. And chances are that maybe they're updating or adding or removing something in. It doesn't matter. There's nothing more that we want to set up here anyway. So if you have something additional here, it won't matter. Scrolling down, the next thing is placement. And that is also something that we want to go through more in depth. And we are going to do that in the next lecture. So I'll see you in the next lecture.